Your immediate reaction hearing this news that the NPA has simply declined to prosecute this case. They say there's no evidence, there's no prospect that this case can actually go ahead and succeed.
Look, this conduct by the NPA basically erodes the trust that citizens should have on such institutions, because the manner in which they are handling such cases of politically politically exposed people like the president versus, ordinary citizens, gives an impression that they treat certain people differently and they treat other people differently for the same facts before the law. I want to make an example. There is a Miss Sipoka Zindungane who was arrested. She was a former DDG of Fisheries. She was arrested in line with, for violating Section 34 of PRECA, which places a responsibility on certain people to report any fraud or theft or corruption that is above 100,000. Now, if you look at the facts when it comes to Phala Phala, Mr. Ramaphosa owns a close corporation, is a sole member of a close corporation. He's aware of a theft that is above 100,000, which is what is required by that particular section of the law. But he does not go and report that particular crime, meaning he's violated Section 34 of PRECA. So the issue here that we find ourselves in as a country is that why should we allow the institutions to treat presidents or people like Mr. Ramaphosa differently and treat other people again differently, because it means there can never be justice in our country if there's a law for Mr. Ramaphosa and another law for other people.
So guys, as you can see there, the NPA, which is a National Prosecuting Authority, decided not to press charges against President Ramaphosa, which rise to the level of criminal act and corruption. And this is why we have this corruption issue on the continent, because of cases like this. So for those of you who don't know what the Phala Phala case is, let me just break it down for you. I'm just bringing it back into time. So in 2020, President Ramaphosa had a farm, which is the Phala Phala farm, which he housed animals, antelopes, as I can see on the screen, some antelopes, some buffaloes, and cows. So his home was broken into and $4 million was stolen, and that is unusual for a president to have 4 million in cash, US foreign currency, and in his home in a safe. Anyway, the housekeeper, who is the one who told the alleged robbers about the money, and they got caught anyway. They are getting being prosecuted. So President Ramaphosa was accused of criminal act for about um, money laundering, tax evasion, and another. I forget the law just broken down. We cannot have certain amount of foreign currency on hand without telling the authorities, the proper authorities, about the cash in hand. So anyway, so um Arthur Fisher, which was the head of the police in 2002, filed a criminal case against President Ramaphosa. Not only him, the EFF party did the same thing, and a few other people did. So there was internal investigations. There was impeachment talks because of what? President Ramaphosa should not have $4 million in cash without proper authorities knowing about it, and tax evasion and money laundering, because he said that because he sold animals, why he had that money. But even so, you still have to the proper authorities know about the money. So you are if you're not involved in a criminal act, why didn't they not announce that you sell this you have this big sale and you have $4 million in cash, US dollars, and you have it in a safe? Where was the taxes paid on it? So that's tax evasion for one. So that's definitely a crime that was done. Then you have the currency issue. You shouldn't have that much currency without the proper authorities knowing about it. That's another law broken for sure. And it's your farm, it's your safe. So the case got thrown out because they don't have enough evidence, they don't have enough proof. But yet, the three burglars are currently being prosecuted still for the breaking, but they are not prosecuting President Ramaphosa for having the money without leaving a proper authority knowing about it. So this is where corruption comes in. Who? Well, he's a president, so we know he's a powerful man, but he have to have help to get this case. Also, with the national prosecuting authorities, they have to be involved in this cover up, because this is a blatant cover up for President Ramaphosa. He's the president of, of South Africa. How can you have $4 million in your safe hidden? And when the theft was taking place, he did not reported it. According to reports, he investigated it himself, found the robbers, and interrogated them and threatened them and not to make it for it not to come out that the money was stolen. Anyway, it came out. I don't know how at this point because I didn't dive too deep in it, but the fact that they found out because the guys got arrested. I think one of their name was Joseph, and his siblings, family member that who was take part in this. As I tell you this, the housekeeper is the one who said it because he knew about the money. So how is it you're prosecuting them for the break-in? For the break-in, but you're not prosecuting the president for hiding $4 million in his safe. You know, and he claims this because it's from sale of animals. And no one knew about this. The proper authorities who $4 million is a lot of money for any sale and anything, especially animals. You know what amount of animals you have to sell to get that kind of money. So how is it the proper authorities do not know about this sale? So that money did not come from selling animals because it would have been known to somebody that there's a big major sale of animals going on. So we're trying to get that kind of money. So it's clearly money laundering, tax evasion, and a couple of other laws broken. So the fact that they decided not to prosecute President Ramaphosa because of they don't have evidence, that's mind blowing to me. You have the money, one. It was not reported to the proper authorities, two. And it's illegal to have that much foreign currency in South Africa because there was a law passed in 1962 about having certain amount of foreign currency on hand, cash. So those three laws was broken and telling me that you cannot find evidence or prove that these laws are broken by President Ramaphosa. Really? So this is why we talk about corruption and Africa always come up. The African continent always come up because too many times African presidents break the law and get away with it because they have the correct people in power. So they put people in places where to cover for them, and this is what is causing um colonization to run so rampant on the continent because even though the colonizers know about this, they will help hide it because they want him in place to do their bidding. Hence the reason why they hate President Abraham Traore, Assami in Mali, and Tinini of Niger. Because these guys does not hide anything when it comes down to funds, to any kind of sale, any kind of state spending. They are honest with their people. This is why they're trying to take them out so much because they are upsetting the status quo. This status quo no longer can run free because they have these guys doing what doing and are not doing and and proving to the world what can be done when you are working for your people and not for colonizers. Because what they have accomplished in 2 years, it's mind-boggling for presidents who have been there for 30, 40 years. Even to be independent for 60 years and then nothing have done for the people to move forward shows you that these so-called independent African nations with presidents are not actually independent. They are still colonized and they are still being puppets. They're still being bought and sold like on the slave block. Same thing when they used to put a slave on the up for action and they bid for him. The same thing going on today with these major presidential figures like President of Ghana, Nana Akufo, President Ramaphosa, South African president. Who else? I don't want to start naming because we have 54 countries in the continent. So if I start naming names, it's gonna be a long night. But just know that there's only three president currently who we can depend on that are and is working for the citizens of their country, which is the the Sahel countries, AES alliance, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. So anyway, so let me know what you think about this, about the national prosecuting authorities decided not to prosecute President Ramaphosa, not to impeach, not to give him no form of nothing. He's scot free for hiding 4 million from the proper authorities. So no tax, money laundering allegations, interfered in investigation by investigating it on his own, and holding and interrogating the so-called robbers. That's even a crime for interrogating people, and you're not a cop. So the head of the police filed criminal charges against President Ramaphosa, but he's no longer there, and maybe that's why they get rid of him. And it's a big mess. If you don't, if for those of you who want to go and get more information on this Phala Phala game farm incident, you can go and look it up. You have videos on it all over the place, and you can get information if you don't believe what I'm saying. So this is why we say that President Ramaphosa is a puppet, because if this can be done and he can get away scot free, that means he have people in position to protect him for a fallout of anything happening. But yet they want to hold a president, Julius Malema, to one next standard. But they're not holding President Ramaphosa at the same standard as Julius Malema, who is actually fighting for South Africans. But they are so blinded by blind loyalty to the ANC party and the DA party, which is now in government with the GNU. The fact that he even put white a white party in power, in position of power after what they did during apartheid, and some of them are still was alive and was during that time was in parliament during apartheid, and they still now put them back in the same position, giving them power, giving them ministry to do what? To bring back South Africa to the last time, to the pre 1994. Why not work with your other black brothers and sisters? No, because they still have this white man savior come like this white superiority and complex, and this they are our saviors. They can do it more than us. They still have that mentality. Some of the cast. We are here how they praise the DA party and lynch, basically derail and degrade and call President Julius Malema all kind of names. It's mind-boggling to me. And South Africans who went through apartheid can still, to today, still stick behind white people in places in position in the party, to be exact. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section about this corrupt case and President Ramaphosa getting away scot-free, and nothing about the $4 million is no longer out there. Almost everything is gone far from the people's mind. He won his election, obviously, and by a wide margin. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section again. Boom.